Have you ever wanted the grand strategy of Heroes of Might and Magic, but with real-time battles and a faster pace? For me, Heroes Hour delivers exactly that. A chaotic yet surprisingly deep mix of turn-based exploration and real-time combat. I've been having a blast with it, so let's talk about what makes this game stand out and whether it's worth your time or not. Before diving into Heroes Hour, I want to quickly talk about Heroes of Might and Magic, since it's a big inspiration. Heroes of Might and Magic is a classic turn-based strategy series where you recruit heroes, manage towns, explore maps, and engage in tactical turn-based battles. It's known for its deep strategy, faction variety, and resource management. What Heroes Hour does differently is speed everything up by making battles play out in real time. That shift keeps the strategic depth but adds a layer of chaos and adaptability that I personally find really engaging. Heroes Hour is an indie strategy game that blends turn-based kingdom management with real-time auto battles. You recruit heroes, explore the world, manage your towns, and engage in fast-paced fights where you can cast spells and use hero abilities, but you don't have full control, so every battle feels dynamic and unpredictable. The game features 12 factions, each with unique units, playstyles, and special mechanics. While I love how different each faction feels, I have a couple of personal favorites. And with procedural generation, no two campaigns play out the same. It's one of the games where I always tell myself, just one more turn, and then suddenly it's 3 hours later. One of my favorite aspects of Heroes Hour is how distinct each faction feels. Whether you like swarming your enemies with sheer numbers, relying on powerful spellcasting, or building up an elite force of tanky units, there's a faction for you. For example, Order focuses on disciplined armies with strong buffs and healing, while Chaos thrives on unpredictable mutations and overwhelming numbers. If you like necromancy and raising an undead horde, Decay has some incredibly fun mechanics. Personally, I've had a great time experimenting with different factions to see how they shake up my strategy. Since each one comes with unique hero abilities, spells, and even recruitment rules, every playthrough feels fresh. What really hooked me is how Heroes Hour embraces chaos. Battles are fast, intense, and sometimes downright ridiculous. You can cast spells, use hero abilities, and watch as dozens, sometimes hundreds, of units clash on screen. Unlike traditional tactics-heavy strategy games, this one forces you to adapt on the fly, which keeps things fresh. The hero progression system is another highlight for me. Your heroes level up, gain powerful traits, and can specialize in different builds. On top of that, you can find artifacts that grant unique buffs, which add another layer of strategy. I love when I come across the last artifact I need to complete a set and gain the bonus. Artifacts can raise not only the hero's stats, but also your army stats, and some of them give free units, while others improve your economy. Another thing I really appreciate is the map design. Since the world is procedurally generated, every playthrough feels fresh. There are always different resource placements, enemy positions, and objectives to tackle. Exploring the map and figuring out the best way to optimize your movement and expansion is a huge part of the fun. I like the graphics for Heroes Hour because it uses a pixel art style that's intentionally simple, but it's surprisingly charming. Some of the unit sprites are tiny, but they have enough detail to be recognizable, and the spell effects add some nice visual flair to the combat as well. The UI can feel a little rough at times, but once you get used to it, it's functional. Additionally, I think the retro aesthetic gives a nice callback to Heroes of Might and Magic. Now, let's talk about the learning curve. Heroes Hour has a tutorial, but it's about explaining the mechanics of how to move, how to build, recruiting, and fighting. There are deeper mechanics that aren't explained, like using some heroes as scouts to explore the map and transport units from your cities to your frontline heroes. Plus, figuring out the rock, paper, scissors of what unit type beats what is going to be learned from trial and error. That's why I like to start off easy and work my way up to harder difficulties, so I can see if my build order holds up when put under more pressure. One of the things that keeps me coming back to Heroes Hour is unlocking new heroes within each faction by completing achievements. These achievements range from winning battles under certain conditions, to fully equipping a hero with artifacts in every slot, or even amassing 100,000 gold. It's a fun way to experiment with different strategies, since the new heroes often come with unique abilities or specialties that can completely change how a faction plays. It gives me a real sense of progression beyond just winning matches, and it's always exciting to unlock someone new and see what they bring to the table. I also want to mention mod support. While it's not as extensive as some other strategy games, I've briefly browsed the Steam Workshop page and saw there are quite a few custom-made factions. Additionally, the game has a DLC that expands on the content with new factions and giving existing factions new units to play with. So, is Heroes Hour worth your time? Here's my breakdown. For pros, we have fast-paced strategy that's easy to get into but has surprising depth, tons of replayability with different factions and procedural maps, multiple game modes and some mod support for extra customization, and retro pixel art visuals that fit the chaotic gameplay. For cons, we have the chaotic combat won't be for everyone. Some of you may prefer more tactical control. Sometimes certain effects can turn even easy battles into frustrating losses. The AI behavior is a little predictable, which can make some encounters feel repetitive. And the tutorial is a bit lacking, which can make the learning curve steeper than it needs to be. For me, Heroes Hour scratches that strategy itch in a way few games do. It offers quick yet deep gameplay sessions that keep me coming back for more. If you love games like Heroes of Might and Magic but want something fresh, this is absolutely worth checking out. What do you think? Have you played Heroes Hour, or are you considering picking it up? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching!